Howdy everyone, William Weyser is back, and welcome to part 3 in my last message video of 2022. On one part of my last video, I said that Mary Bamford was one of the 3 contestants whose episode is yet to be on YouTube. The other 2, in case you were wondering who they were Joe Cobes and Latia Sony. The other 15 are on YouTube. I just have to wait until I find the right time for me to do those videos of Moo Mesa, and therefore I'll do them, and then the run of Dionodo contestants entering the stage to the Wild West Cowboys Moo Mesa theme song has come to an end, which it might happen very well in 2023 because I did a lot of those this year. Now off of the Moo Mesa thing, back to the list. And as you can hear from the back of my window, there are fireworks going on outside because it's New Year's Eve, and if you're watching any New Year's Day related things on TV and New Year's Eve related specials tonight, expect to hear a lot of fireworks. They're loud, but also very fun. Number 7. Things we're doing in Florida with Cameron Burns and Rolando. Rick has been saying that when I go to Florida, I can't just be there to film our movie. There will be times before that, or there have to be times in which I interact with other people. And on one of my earlier message videos, if Danny DeVito interacted with others when he directed Deck the Halls, well, sure, it wouldn't have been great, but at least it would have been better, and the percentage would have been higher, way higher than what it actually got. But there are plenty of other things I will be doing in Florida, like spending time at the Rampazanti's house, going out to restaurants for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, playing sports, playing games, watching whatever we're interested in, watching videos and DVDs that the Rampazantis have, and doing plenty of other things that that we may be interested in. And also, I heard, like, Walt Disney World or Universal Studios or even Legoland. I watched a Lego-related thing. After learning that Lego bricks started off as plastic, and then they became wooden toys, I got introduced to a Lego brick, or as John Sprecher called it, a block, from my 3rd episode of Special Kids, Numbers and Quantities, which I've been getting requested from someone to upload it. I have it on DVD, and I'm just gonna upload the re-release version or the DVD version of that at some point. And I'm also thinking about another Special Kids speeches I have called The Alphabet, and maybe others that I have as well. We'll see. Now, where was I again? Oh, right. It was the Legos, and I watched a Lego related thing called The Lego Story, How It All Started. It was interesting. But while I have gone to the first 2, I have not gone to Legoland yet. The only thing I'll be expecting there is to see a lot of things that aren't made out of Legos, because it's Lego. Well, I have seen Lego-related things at museums a long time ago as a kid. I just remembered that. And And if I do those, and when I do those, they'll all be fun. As long as I'm having fun with those guys. And maybe gals, too. Number 8. Things I need to pack for Florida. Well, a lot of things I could think of. Like shirts. Whether it's all 6 of my Crayola shirts. And other shirts that I might pack that I'm interested in packing. Also pants, shorts, undies, socks that have no holes in them, shoes, deodorant, a razor, a toothbrush and toothpaste. And as for toys, I'm bringing along my favorite toys with me on the trip. And in Ziploc bags, I might bring along some coloring, drawing, or writing utensils, and deal or no deal cases with 26 different amounts of money in them in all 26 cases. That will be done by random choice. And there will be more that I'm going to pack when I go there, and my bags will be heavy with the things that are in there, but those are the things that hold deep inside me, most importantly in me, and I can't live without them. Just saying. Number 9. Movies I've watched this year. There are a lot of movies that I saw. A select few with Heroes Camp, and most of them I saw during movie nights with the people at StreamYards. Some of the movies I saw include Lightyear, the Toy Story prequel, Doug Walker, aka the Nostalgia Critic, and Brad Jones, aka the Cinema Snob. I respect your opinions on the Lightyear movie. I liked it. Minions: The Rise of Gru. It had that scene where Kid Gru uses this bright light to turn the Vicious Six, who were already turned into these dangerous and deadly creatures, into rats. And I left the theater laughing because of that. Rick didn't think it was that funny, but I did. Thor: Love and Thunder, more like bore and blunder, or bore even more boredom and blunder because I fell asleep halfway into it, and it was a movie where I fell asleep, woke up, fell asleep, woke up, fell asleep, woke up. Then I woke up just in time to see the final battle, and I stayed awake for the rest of the movie. Sing, in which I got stuck in the front row to see it because the seats, the rows on the further back seats had seats that were taken, and we couldn't fill an entire row, so we got stuck in the front row to watch it. But again, I was a good sport about it. Knowing that a lot of Blue's Clues fans were excited about this movie streaming on Paramount Plus on November 18th, Blue's Big City Adventure. I had to see it with the Blue's Clues people, and I liked it. To be honest, between those two, I liked Blue's Big Musical Movie more because I grew up with it way longer. But the Blue's Big City Adventure one is a fun enough movie for my liking. The first two Home Alone movies, I'll take Macaulay Culkin in those movies over anything else that he was in. And speaking of Home Alone, a few days ago was the last Nostalgia Critic review of the year, end of season 15. But we were still in December, so I was wondering what Christmas movie he was going to review next. And I'm going to do this in the style of Jeremy Johns. Home Sweet Home Alone. And when I saw that the Nostalgia Critic reviewed it, I was like, I knew it. I knew he was going to review it. Because I saw the December review of it last year, and I'm never forgetting the mistake that I made about confusing a bag of granulated sugar with a snowball. I'm going to talk about for sure my top 13 sick to my stomach moments on Childhood Fears, which I'll mention a little later on the list. Let's see. Just last night, I watched the Blue Squeeze and Cole Christmas Special VHS, a fan-made VHS in a mini movie night. The Search for Santa Claus. Nobody cared for it when we saw this, and I did a video of Jeremy Johns being like, hey, we tried getting these people to like The Search for Santa Claus, or as I put in the title, with him as Rolando, he was like, hey, we tried getting William Weyser to like The Search for Santa Claus, not working, so we're just gonna have to try again and find another movie that William Weyser likes. Luckily, my next luck with movie nights was an improvement, and I was afraid that if this bad luck trend was going to continue, I don't know what to do with movie nights in the future. Moving on, Shrek the Halls, Deck the Halls parody, Misty Island Rescue, saw that last night. The first Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. I don't know what to say about those. My brother has a huge collection of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. I don't own a single one of those movies. The Polar Express, I remember seeing that, and rest in peace, Michael Jeter, the original Mr. Noodle from Sesame Street. The first two Sonic the Hedgehog movies, I had fun with those. I liked Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Ben Schwartz was having fun as the voice of Sonic. James Marsden was having fun, as well as Tails and Knuckles at the end. Antika Sumpter, you're so cute. Yes, I'm being totally honest here. Every time you were on screen in those two movies, I was smiling the entire time because of you. And the last two that I saw were Inside Out and Soul. Pixar movies I've been hearing from a lot of people were great. Austin Putnam put those two as his number one favorite movie, aka best movie of 2015 and of 2020. Well done for a man like that. I watched both those movies and they were great. Emotional rides of their own way. For Inside Out, I had to say that because it was an emotional ride worth it. Soul, it wasn't as much of an emotional ride as Inside Out was, but it was an emotional ride in its own way. So I'll take it for what it is. So those are all the movies that I remember seeing, and I'm going to be in one of my own next year. That's it for part 3. And when we come back, we're going to wrap this up before 2022 ends with the last 3 things that I want to talk about. See you after the break.